I am open to receive nurturance from the divine. I am open to receive nurturance from the divine. I am open to receive nurturance from the divine. This week has been challenging. Um, I've definitely felt heavy, very, very heavy. I've also felt very hungry. Um, I normally only eat 2 meals a day and maybe, a snack or something in between, pretzels, chips or something like that. But um I've been feeling so hungry, so dense and so heavy. There's also been a lot of flashing lights on the left side of my eyes, and this video isn't about this. This video is about having to teach yourself to be in receiving mode, having to train yourself to learn how to wait, be patient. Um, just because you can't see something doesn't mean it's not working or it's not doing anything or it doesn't happen fast. That doesn't mean that you failed. Thinking that you missed your turn when you really didn't. I've been faced with a lot of that over the past couple weeks, just with this heavy feeling to just chill, like just to wait. I mean, it is fall. This is the time for rest. This is the time to go inwardly. And a little bit of it the weather outside kind of made it hard. I don't know if a lot of people have been experiencing um, higher than normal temperatures in October, but it was literally just 80 degrees yesterday here where I live on the East Coast. So yeah, so I decided to do a card reading, and I've been deciding that I was going to do a card reading for a collective reading for the month of October, but I just haven't been in the mood to do it. I just haven't been in the mood to do it, and I kind of just was like, I'm not doing it. Um, so I never did it. But today I was just in such a space that I was like, you know what? I don't feel like you know what? I told myself that I didn't feel something, but in all actuality, I have been feeling it. And the feeling of do nothing, the feeling of stop trying to make fetch happen, the feeling of stop trying to force yourself to do something physically when you don't need to do anything physically. You probably need to continue honing in on your spiritual side, and that tug and that pull is so deep and it's so long, because I do understand the the change in the frequency on the planet, the change in the frequency within myself, the change. And I realized that the feeling of wanting to do this or do that, or the feeling of feeling what seems to be low or not in the greatest of mood, is mostly because you're not listening. Myself, this is me talking to myself, mostly because you're not listening. The space that we are in, the frequency that we are in, does not require the level of physical work that you've become accustomed to. And this is why I say, like, we have to train ourselves to be in receive mode. We've always been in give, action mode. That's what we've been bred to do over the past hundreds of years. Um, there's been this slave culture, this slave mindset. Do, go, 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 hustle, 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 hustle. Um, and you have to learn and teach yourself to not be that way anymore. I always say that there's many costumes of the survival mode, and I've realized, like, on my journey, I keep finding more and more, like, I'm like unmasking more and more of the levels of survival mode. And it's like, dang, I thought I kicked your ass a long time ago. But it's like, no. It's layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of this survival mode. So it's not like a easy thing to just stop doing it or stop uh moving in that space, because soon as you move one layer or surface of it, all the rest of them keep unveiling themselves. So we do have to learn how to teach ourselves to be in receive mode. And that's why I said that affirmation in the beginning of this, because I have to keep reminding myself that mama's home. And if you are to be nurtured by her, if you are to be taken care of by her, and to get the things that you were not receiving before, then you have to open up your heart to it. You have to open up your mind to it. You have to open up your actions to it. You have to open up your reality to being in receive mode. It's a deeper mechanism of faith. You know what I mean? It's let go and let goddess. You know what I mean? Because we don't want to keep going along with these systems. We don't want to continue to be automatons. We don't want to be I know I don't. I know I don't. And I have done a lot of work to release myself from, so many of the layers of um enslavement, and enslavement of the mind, enslavement of the heart, and enslavement of the physical body. Because you have to remember, someone told us what free was. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna give just a, a brief little story. So, someone I know got arrested and had to go to jail for a few days. When they got home, they decided to resume their life after that incident. And when they talked about the stuff that they did in jail and the stuff that they saw in jail, and then when they came home, they resumed their life, they realized that the same things was going on in jail. The same routine. The only difference was a cell and a cage, or a cell in a room, rather. A cell in your home. Like, you know what I mean? So the point is that we have to remember how to receive. We just haven't been on the receiving end of receiving in so long, that we forgot how to chill. We forgot how to relax. Like, the fact that social media has to tell you to rest, the fact that social media has to tell you what self-care is, the fact that social media has to tell you what self-love is. I've asked people, as my own little research, just randomly asked people, like, name 5 things you love about yourself. And do you know, I've not came across not one person yet who has been able to answer that question. That's diabolical. That's diabolical. I also was talking to my wife, and we were talking about how Tiffany Hills was talking about how people literally live and died in the midst of slavery. Like, sometimes when we talk about it, we only talk about the beginning and the end, but we forgot that there's many of generations of people who were born into slavery and died into slavery in slavery. Meaning, if you were a baby and grew up in that, you thought that that was life on earth. You didn't know any other life on earth. You know what I mean? So we experience that a lot of the times in our daily life. There's still people who live and die just to get up and go to the job. And that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy to me. If you've been feeling this heavy feeling to do nothing, do nothing. And I don't care how you need your finances. I don't care how you need to do something. I don't care who said that that's lazy. I don't care. If you need to rest, rest. Do whatever you have to do to nurture yourself. Do whatever you have to do to love on yourself. Because as I said before, this spiritual warfare is a war for consciousness. It is a war on your mind. It is a war on your thoughts. It is a war on your emotions. And yes, we know the war has already been won. We just journeying through the debauchery and the slaughtering of these things. You understand what I'm saying? But to get through it, I really do believe you have to believe that it's already won. You know what I mean? Because in all actuality, we've been just going through this for way too long for it to not have been won. You know? Like, we've all been prisoners of war in so many aspects, on so many levels. And I know we all want to talk about, you know, the other stuff. Like, my goodness, everybody just want to teach you how to make money, make money, make money. And it's like, fuck that. You know what I mean? I get it. We got to pay for your house and your car and all that. I get that shit. But then what? But then what? So we have to teach ourselves to receive. We have to remember that feminine side of ourselves. The woman is the receiver. The receiver. The receiver. The feminine is the receiver. The receiver. The receiver. So we do have to teach ourselves those things. And I ain't the one to teach you how to do that. And maybe I could, you know, later on down the line come up with something to say or something to do and all of that kind of stuff. But I ain't got nothing for you right now. Okay? All I wanted to do was tell you, because there has been a message on my heart for a week or so now. But sometimes I don't know how to come up on here and say things. You know, sometimes I feel like I need paperwork and notes and all of that kind of stuff like that. Just being real teacher-like. But no. My consultation with Tiffany Hills said that I just need to share. And I know. I don't know how many people are going to watch this. I don't know if anybody's going to comment. I don't even know if anybody's going to make it to the end. But I know you feel it. I know you feel it. So do whatever you have to do to feel better, to feel good. Because that's more important than anything right now. Way more important than anything right now. Because this energy is so deep that it's going to have people wanting to unalive themselves. And it's not going to get lesser. You understand what I'm saying? The folks don't want to leave. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to leave. Matter of fact, put it to you that way. They don't want you to leave. They don't want you to leave. So you think about that. You think about that. Think about somebody realizing that everybody getting ready to leave a plantation. And you tell me what they gonna do to try to keep your ass there. But you stronger than them. Because it's more y'all than them. It's more of us than them. It's always been, you ain't never been the minority. That was a lie. Ain't never been the minority. Always been the majority, primary, primordial, everything. You feel me? But let me get off of here. The dark side, the dark side. I am open to nurturance from the divine. I am open to nurturance from the divine. I am open to nurturance from the divine. Get you some. Lay down and receive your mother. Y'all know what it is. Everything in the description. 1.